so some quick tips here for 14.5. First of all, I want you guys to understand that you need to get out fast. However, you want to make sure that you don't go so hard that you pop. So whatever that means, so if that's, when we looked at the strategy video, if that means doing it in thirds or doing it in fifths or doing it unbroken, but just knowing that I'm not going to move to the point where I'm not going to be able to sustain it. Obviously, I'm going to slow down, but I got to be able to keep working. So that's the next tip, is basically do not stop. So whatever that means for you, again, don't get stuck at the bottom of the burpee. Don't rest your head on the ground. You're going to find yourself in a trap. I always feel like burpees become like quicksand, and every time I lay down, it's nicer and nicer to lay down. So don't get stuck down there. From there, we're going to look at the thruster. When we look at this thruster, you want to be able to move the thruster slow and efficiently, but not to the point where it's not like a Fran thruster where we want to move super aggressively through it. We don't want to stall out. And then the other thing too is we really want to use our hips. So making sure that when we're doing our thrusters, it's not a lot of press out, mostly because if we do a lot of press out, it's going to start affecting us with the burpee and the blood in our arms. This workout's going to compile quick into our arms. So when we're looking at it, we're going to go ahead and clean right into that first thruster, throwing that thing right over our head, taking it down and up. So a lot of things is you don't want to absorb the weight down, really thinking about just drawing that in the weight, come right back down to you, and then press it down. Some of us, when we do our thrusters, will tend to push and pull. I would let it just drop, all right? As you get tired, something that you want to focus on too is making sure you get the bar up all the way, locked out, take your breath in, and then down, and then up. So that's the other thing, is when we're looking at it, being able to breathe on the thruster is key, because remember, I'm going to come off my burpees, I'm going to be all hot, I'm going to look at my bar, and I'm going to want to start working on my thrusters. And one of the big things, I'm going to go, so be careful of not breathing at the bottom of your thruster. Also too, in the middle of your thruster, remember, I come up, I want to be like a piston. I want to be systematic about my breathing. Even if you're getting tired and that's too hard for you to do, I'm still going to come out. I might take 2 breaths at the top if I have to. I'm not going to sit here very long with the bar on my throat. I'm not going to sit there very long over my head. It's better off on the ground. However, I do not want to breathe at the bottom of the thruster. That's one of the hardest things of the thruster when I'm in a workout and getting ramped up. And that's about what I have in the sense for your thrusters. Remember, you want to use your hips to save your shoulder. That's going to be key. And then when we look at our burpee, a couple things that I would recommend just to slow the burpee down. When we're going down, don't worry too much about squatting down. Save those quads. Think about just leaning over, getting down on the ground. Come on up. Hop up as much as you feel comfortable. As your blood starts pumping into your quads, you won't get your feet as high. It might look something a little more like that, all right? And I know that sucks, it's not very pretty, but it's just gonna be the way it is as you get tight. Always step to the bar to ensure that you go over with both feet, all right? And then from here, I like the idea of rhythm, just turning around. I do not feel like you need to hop and turn in the air. If that's easier for you and that's not a problem, that's fine. I do feel like if you hop and turn, maybe take a step out, come down, up, hop up, step up, and go. Make your burpee about somewhere around like 4 to 6 steps. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm looking at that, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want that rhythm because when that cadence slows down, like on a bicycle, I'm not going to be moving that fast, but the better I can keep that cadence, the better off I am. So the same thing with this burpee. As it slows down, you just got to stay on that rhythm, stay on that rhythm. So whether you turn or not, the other thing I don't mind either is if you're hopping and you kind of do wide legs the whole time, I don't care. But definitely don't do a jumping jack at the top. Just hop up, hop back. Try to keep your feet in a hip position. But I know some of my taller kids really like throwing their legs out. And you can turn and jump again, but it doesn't have to be fast. The slower, more methodical you can move, the better off you are. Do not get no rep on the thruster. I do feel like that's very sacrificial. It's very no point necessary, so it's better that you rest, get those reps. It's a light enough weight that you shouldn't be getting no reps. Same thing with the burpee. Do not get no reps on the 2-leg. I myself screwed up on that, and that was early too. I wasn't even tired, so maybe that was good. Make sure that you hop over both legs and then reset that, all right? Lastly, make sure that at the end of this workout, you go ahead and yell time. This is the first open workout that we are actually going for time, and also this is the last workout, open workout for 2014. So when you yell time this time, you will know that this is it, and that you had a great year and getting ready for next year, 2015.